Yes, sir. Welcome back to Redacts Show. I'm your host, Wafiq, or Feek with my co-host, my other host.
It's your co-host, Day to Day in the building. And we are back for 113. Some of us are in the same place that they've always been. Some of us are in a brand new location.
Yes, sir.
Which is why this background is different. And this background will be different because I'm getting moved in. I'm already moved in, but the room that I will be hosting this podcast for the foreseeable future is getting worked on right now. So still need some furniture in there, put everything up. But anywho, without getting too long-winded, we appreciate all the support. We're back.
Mm-hmm.
Continue to be back. Continue to subscribe. We're still trying to raise that subscriber count. Make sure you donate to the link in the description, in the link in the channel. That's 5 cents a day, 17 cents a month. You can get that the redacted way. And with that being said, while we were gone, there's been a lot of big news. Big trailers dropped, shows dropping, first shows ending that we'll get into. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. Recently, the new trailer just came out, Spider-Man Brand New Day. We're going to go ahead and get straight into that because I have a lot to talk about with that. We both have watched the trailer and just kind of jumping in first day. We get sad Peter. No one remembers him. He ain't got no money. He lost all his badges. He went right back down to the gray shirt, to the brown shirt, gray pants in my part. He's starting over in terms of identity. So we're seeing this. This is New York. We open a trailer with him watching a video of Ned and MJ, stoked for being at MIT.
That boy on IG lurking. Holy. I know his chest was tight, boy.
Yeah.
Boy, chest was tight.
Tight as hell. So we see that, and it gives the notion that pretty much he's been checking in on, because everyone forgot about him, but he hasn't forgotten about his friends.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that a lot of people are happy about is just how the suit looks. How non-form-fitting it is, because this is something that he made with his hands that we saw at the end of No Way Home.
Yeah.
With that suit. Probably the most comic book accurate suit from an MCU perspective of Spider-Man we've seen in a long time. Some might say ever in all Spider-Man live action media, but so I really like the suit, just liked all that. I don't want to just break down the whole trailer. We just kind of popcorn and go back and forth. But what were some of your favorite moments of the trailer that you've seen or noticed?
Yeah, I think one of the big ones that is that he's getting, or looks like he's getting organic webbing now. He's going through that evolution, what they kind of said in the trailer, that they were like spiders go through 3 lifespans. And so whether he's going to go fully with it and turn into, I forgot the exact title it was, when he trying to morph into an actual spider partially.
Man Spider.
Yeah, Man Spider. Whether that happens, it looks like it will because his eyes was black at the very end of that trailer. So if they go fully through with that, that's going to be some body dysmorphia if they actually go through with it. So
that's another thing I was saying, because when I saw that, I immediately, because there's a video that I seen. Well, there's this this podcast that I watch, and one of the guys on there, Top Out Returns, he made a theory or a statement that I believe is true, and I co-sign, in the sense of like live action Spider-Man media has not been divorced from the original Amazing Spider-Man cartoon network. Like anything, all Spider-Man media that comes after that is based off that show. Like no one is reading comics. No one is, in terms of like Spider-Man media from that show on, no one is reading comics to make their stories for these shows. They're going to that show Because like, why would I read a book when I can just watch a 30-minute episode and then kind of morph
Come on,
ideas
man.
from that? That's what they do. That's what niggas is doing. I ain't mad at it. I'm just calling a spade.
We know you ain't mad at it.
I would have done the same shit. But so, kind of tying it back to the trailer, there was an episode in that animated series where they're talking about I forgot what the term was, but basically, I think it's like neogenic. They had like a whole, basically, season worth of this neogenic saga where essentially at the end, Spider-Man turns into a man-spider. So I think they're adapting some of those elements from that season, and I think there was another comic book run called Spider-Man The Other, where they're adapting. Pretty much Spider-Man is mutating and becoming stronger, so we're getting the organic weapon, we're getting heightened abilities. And I think through this movie, they're going to kind of stage it. You know, they're going to show the non-grotesque stuff. Like, he's going to be stronger. His spider senses are going to be a lot more consistent. Because I don't really think up until No Way Home, they've shown his spider senses like that.
Yeah, it really was just in, No Way Home with Mephisto.
Yeah, very Far From Home. But yeah. So like,
that was mainly the one.
More heightened spider senses. Different things like that. Then it's, it's just going to mutate more and more until we start seeing this nigga grow 3 arms or 4 extra arms.
Yeah.
And I think there's a scene in one of those trailers when he's fighting the hand ninjas. I don't think he got 2 arms. I think
you're talking when he fighting the hand near the very end. Well, I know it's a scene at the very end where they jumping at each other. I think that was in the trailer.
That one
when they find the hand.
I don't know. I think that's edited. I think in that scene is him with 6 arms fighting the niggas.
That would be interesting because I think what they could do with if they go full blown with Man Spider is you already got Frank there. You could do the argument where he turned to Man Spider. He obviously more aggressive, more animalistic, and then he may not kill nobody, but he do something wild, and Frank like, I gotta put you down, Red. I gotta put you down, Webhead. So some stuff like that. Because we see in the trailer they already know each other now. They have an interaction because Frank is driving that dang armored Karuma from GTA, and Spider-Man like, what you doing, Frank? And then he run him over with his car. So I think that's interesting. One thing I am interested to see too is if they go more into, well, not if they go, how much involved Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is going to be, because we see he's a professor and everything. He's teaching probably gamma radiation or something.
Well, on that board, I think he was talking about like quantum
physics, mechanics,
something like that. So kind of tying into that, like tie into the whole multiversal like theme.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to see how involved he is, because I would say not most of the time, really the Hulk is a separate being from Mark. So I said Mark from Bruce. So I kind of want to see if they play into the fact that, say he does turn into the Hulk and Hulk's like, bro, I know you. Like, I ain't forget you, nigga. So I want to see if they kind of do something like that or not, because that would be interesting, but I wouldn't want it to overshadow this as a Peter's Spider-Man's movie. So I'm interested to see how much involvement the Hulk or Bruce Banner is going to actually have in this. And I think it could be where it's just solely explaining like the evolution portion, or like him mutating more, or it could go into where obviously he know him and then he try to help him there at the end. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting because there was a scene that a lot of people are predicting where Peter's fighting the Hulk, because there's a scene where he's thrown but they don't show how or who throws him. So like maybe he's trying to rein in the whole, because we see the inhibitor, which I'm sure at some point in this movie is going to break from whoever this main villain is, which we'll get into in a little bit. Because I feel like there's a lot of people. There's a popular prevailing theory of who it is or who was going to show up in this movie, because again, like through that animated series Neogenic Saga, that's how they were able to introduce the X-Men. There's an episode where the X-Men cameo with Spider-Man, and they pretty much went to like Hank McCoy and all those guys to kind of figure out what's going on with Peter. Now, I don't think the whole X-Men coming in here, but there's a red-headed member of the X-Men, Jean Grey, that a lot of people are theorizing that Sadie Six character is playing.
I don't think it's about to be Jean Grey.
I don't think so either. Or like it was another theory that she's Madeline Pryor. It's like Jean Grey's clone, who's like the more the evil. So I'm like,
that wouldn't fit at all.
I don't know who she's playing. I don't know how you would have like Jean Grey. I don't think if there is gonna be an X-Men, it would probably be Madeline Pryor, because she is like the darker version of Jean Grey. But again, like
you're not plugging that into
that happening. I think that's a force. Like I understand, Spider-Man as an IP is going to shit $1 billion and a lot of eyeballs watching it. So maybe that's how, or maybe that would be a reason why you throw X-Men in here. But I just don't. I don't agree with the idea of your first main X-Men person showing up in anyone else's movies, let alone Spider-Man.
So the reason I don't think the X-Men will be in this, Jean Grey maybe, but I feel like with Destin Daniel Cretton, the director, I feel like when he makes stuff, it's very cohesive and it's thought out. It flows good. I personally don't see a way you introduce Jean Grey and this story flows good. Like, and it flows where it's solely still on Peter. The focus is on Peter. I feel like Jean Grey is too big of a character to just be like, oh yeah, this is Jean Grey, and the focus doesn't completely just shift to her. Granted, Spider-Man is a bigger character, but it's like if you say, yeah, we got a solo Thor movie, well, we're gonna throw Storm in here. Like, what? That is crazy. Like, that is crazy. Yeah. So I feel like his stories are too.
As like an A-list actor, like for that role, or like Sadie Sink.
Yeah. So I feel like his stories are too. I feel like they flow too well, because we've seen that with Wonder Man, we've seen that with Shang-Chi. Those stories flow well. There's outside of just the action, just the stories themselves are very methodical, where everything fits. And I don't see now. I can be wrong. I don't know what's gonna happen in the movie. Obviously, we just guess it, but still, I don't think that happened. And I personally wouldn't want Jean Grey in this movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't either. Not because I don't think Sadie Sink could play her. It's just I don't understand. I don't see how that works. And then this movie is already busy enough. Like, you got the Hulk, you have the Punisher. I personally believe Daredevil is going to show up in here,
and you know who else is about to be in here? Kingpin. They in New York, so Kingpin's going to at least be mentioned.
Right.
He the mayor.
Then you have the Hand. You have Tarantula, which we see him fight in a scene. Other characters you have.
You got Scorpion.
Scorpion. We ain't even mentioned the Scorpion. We got Scorpion here. Whoever the main villain is, because we don't know.
It could be Mr. Negative. It could be somebody else.
And Keith David's character. So another thing, because we hear Keith David's voiceover in the trailer talking about spider mutation and how they go through a metamorphosis. And so I think Keith David in the movie could be like another research professor, maybe a Kirk Connors, because we haven't seen a Kirk Connors in the MCU yet.
Yeah.
Or because with this comic that is tied from the other, that's how we get like he's basically turning from, because he's like a spider totem. That's how we get introduced to Ezekiel and Morlun. So he could be Ezekiel, not from Madam Web, not that crazy ass thing. We ain't talking about that ugly ass movie. But this could be MCU Ezekiel Sims or anyone else.
Yeah, and you probably still got damage control people. You probably still got goddamn Mayor Fisk, goddamn anti-vigilante task force people. So it's gonna be consistent enough.
I think by the time of this movie, Kingpin isn't the mayor anymore. Because of that scene where he gets the key to the city, I'm assuming that's the new mayor. I think after this season of Daredevil, which we'll get into, I don't think he's the mayor no more. But it's a lot going on. I really like how the trailer, like we're doing all the shit right. We have no idea what this movie's about.
They just showed up a whole bunch of
who's in it.
Yeah, they just showed a whole bunch of scenes.
Yeah, a whole bunch of scenes. Love how the Spider-Man costume looks. Sad Peter. Punisher finally with Spider-Man. So, and then there's another character where they show them in a room that's chained up. So we don't know who that might be. That might be someone controlling. So like maybe that's another thing. Like either Jean Grey or Malapar is chained up, being tortured or used to control these people to do their things. Because there's someone in the movie that's hopping around mind controlling people. Because in the scene where he stops the truck, there's an old lady in there, and then it looks like their conscious jumps from another militant character's consciousness to someone else on the top floor. Like so someone is in here mind controlling people. And a lot of people believe it's Jean Grey. I personally don't.
Man, it's gonna be Mr. Negative, bro.
That would be a crazy MCU pull for a villain. And then I'm also interested to see how the movie ends, because I could see this movie having two end credit scenes. One to set up the next Spider-Man movie in this trilogy, and then another like soft one setting up Doomsday. Kind of like how they did in Ant-Man and the Wasp with Infinity War. Or I guess Endgame, because that movie came out after Infinity War. Because that was when they showed Wasp and everyone gets dusted. So, I'm excited for that. And the movie comes out this year, July 31st.
Ooh, around the corner.
Yeah,
it's around the corner.
By that time, y'all better mute y'all's phones, mute any word containing Spider or Man or Jean or X or Man or X-Men.
Yeah, I'd say honestly, I'd say mute the words now. If you already seen the first trailer, just mute the stuff now.
I'm like, I personally it's one of those things where like, I don't really even need to watch another trailer because I don't want nothing else to show. Like I want to go in this movie not really knowing more of what I've already seen. I wouldn't be mad. They're not going to do this, but I wouldn't be mad if they just only had that one trailer. Yeah. Until the movie showed up, or until like 2 weeks before the movie comes out, and then they have an official trailer kind of showing more things.
They're probably gonna do at least 2 other character spots. They're gonna do a Punisher one probably. They probably gonna do a Scorpion one, I'm guessing. Yeah. And then probably one more like official will be like second official trailer.
Another main villain that people were talking about that could be in this movie is Hammerhead. No, Tombstone.
Tombstone. Oh,
So it could be, because then that's how we could see the Scorpion get recruited, is Tombstone basically purchasing him for hire, like, hey man, I need you to take this spider nigga out because he's fucking my shit up. And the same with the Hand. We may have some people, him and his goons are contracted Hand, like, hey man, I need you to take this spider out because he's fucking with my shit.
who is over the Hand now?
Or this was like a fan casting, but I don't know if you've seen Black Lightning, but do you know that like albino looking character?
Yeah,
Black Lightning that was like just extra.
Yeah, I know you're
Maybe
talking about.
he could be Tombstone.
He could be, but he a little too off the deep end.
Could you imagine the slurs he called that dude?
He gonna call him an arachnid something.
Arachnid. But moving on, jumping into the anime space, Jujutsu Kaisen season 3 coming in.
Third.
The first part just ended. Yeah, this past Thursday. So, in that final episode, we see, well, remember before that, because last time we talked, we pretty much talked up until episode 3-4, where it was the Maki episode, and the first glimpse we get into jumping in the colonies. So, kind of just the colonies, we get introduced to Higurama. Within his domain expansion, we get introduced to the comedian who
we get introduced to we get introduced to you said Higurama. We get introduced to Takaba, comedian. We already introduced to Hikari. We got introduced to Reggie. He had the
Reggie Star with the receipts. That's crazy. Could you imagine?
Bro, the crazy thing is, since he's reincarnated, I feel like he was just grabbing receipts, but honestly, all he had to do was print out, all he had to do was go on Google and look up receipts and just print them out. Like, I remember somebody on like Twitter, it was like Twitter or TikTok, they was like, low key, he could have just printed out the receipt of the bomb. A nuclear bomb, and somebody found an actual receipt of like, what was it, like Little Boy and Big Boy for like the nukes?
Yeah,
bro. They said all he had to do was print this out and he wins, bro. But
so I would have. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say if I was Reggie
asking questions.
No, I said if I was Reggie, I would have found a receipt for like a stealth bomber or something from Lockheed Martin. Boy, I would have been laser beam. Well, what question you about to ask?
No, so because when we get the kind of like game breakdown, Tengen brings up that there could be older consciousness of sorcerers that are reincarnated into newer people, right?
Yeah, so pretty much a past, anybody that's a past sorcerer, they pretty much are, I guess you could say, they conscious everything is put into a person that's here today. So it'll be like if somebody from the goddamn Edo period was a sorcerer and they made a contract with Kenjaku, they'd wake up in the body of somebody that's now. So that's kind of how
I get language terms like if Martin Luther King's consciousness is made a pact with Jesus to like, if this shit happens, if the next civil war happens, he's gonna wake up into Barack Obama's body. Is that a correct analogy?
Holy shit.
Is that a correct analogy?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, pretty much. You don't get to choose who you wake up in, but yeah.
Okay, so it could just be some. Could you imagine? This is a whole thing. Could you imagine this nigga is okay wake up in a white nigga body? He's unconscious. He look at his skin like, what the fuck? No, I think it'd be even worse if it was like Malcolm X. He got incarnated to a white nigga.
Oh, he go ballistic. Pretty much, yeah. That's how it technically could work. But
so that's with old sorts. So we got those kind of sorcerers. Then we just have normal people that just come into their powers.
Yeah, so like Higuruma, he was a sorcerer. I mean, not a sorcerer. He was just a regular lawyer. Then he woke up with his curse technique. And the crazy thing about him is he's practically a special grade in under like a month. It's been like, I think it was like 12. It was like 12 days or like 20 days that he learned how to do his curse technique backwards, because most people get like the curse technique, then they learn how to do domain and all this stuff. He figured out what his domain was, and then he just worked backwards from everything.
Yeah, because he did his domain
in the courtroom.
First see his domain in the court when he seen Homeboy. He
said, "We're having a retrial. Get back here." Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So
yeah,
kind of jumping into different fight scenes. I really did like Higuruma and Yuji's fight. That was because it made me kind of just learn more about how domains work. Because a lot of times, at least from Shibuya up until this point, it honestly just been niggas boxing.
Yeah,
not really a lot of domain expansions being used.
Yeah, just and that's what Tengen was kind of saying during that, because originally domains wasn't like a kill effect. It was just so you can kind of almost unlimitedly use your curse technique. It was like, okay, this is my space, and I could just use my curse technique for free flowing almost. But
yeah,
as sorcery got, I guess, more difficult, more hectic, they started incorporating one hit kill techniques. And that's why it's less people know how to use domains. But originally, a lot of people could just use domains for real, but it wasn't like
niggas one hit kills. Domain inspection just to have a conversation like, nigga, you gonna listen to me. But I really liked that. And then Megumi's fight with Reggie Star, that was crazy. Because one thing that I feel like I want to like Megami, but one thing that pisses me off about him is like, I feel like every time he uses his powers, it always comes when he's on the brink of death. Like, it never comes just in the flow of the fight, or it's always like, it seems like everything he's doing is a last resort. I feel like Homeboy. The nigga died. He basically died, and then why am I blanking on his name?
Oh, you talking about Megami?
Was like, no, you ain't going nowhere. So he brought him back. And then with this shadow domain expansion, he was about to get crushed to death. Like this special grade. I'm like, man, because he's fighting a special grade. I'm just like, damn, dude. Like every time you fight, you gotta die or on the brink of death. Nothing comes easy to you.
I feel like but I feel like with Megami, a lot of times he don't fight one-on-one. He be getting jumped. Or I feel like he fight more people back to back than the average, than everybody else. Because like even when he called Maharaga and Shibuya, he just got done getting attacked by Toji. He just got done getting attacked by who else? It was somebody else.
It was
It
was Jogo. No, it was the fish cursed spirit.
Yeah. So he just got done. He just got done fighting
him. Then Toji come out that bitch.
Yeah.
Then it's that little nigga.
It was snuck up on him. So it's like, okay, you had 3 fights back to back damn near. This one, he got jumped by a goddamn human bomb. A girl with a scorpion tail stabbed him in the back. Then this feral gerbil was jumping at him that he killed. And then he had to fight a nigga who could bring out every receipt in the book. So it's like, you just fought 4 people at once.
Yeah. I don't know. It just like, man, dude. Now you bring that point, I'm like, okay, that makes more sense. Like he be having more back-to-back fights. Whereas like Yuji, he'll spend at least 3 episodes fighting one nigga. And that's kind of it. Like, literally, in Culligan, he was only fighting Higurama. And obviously, when he landed, he kind of got blindsided by a few people. But, I mean, those were...
Yeah, they weren't nobody.
He really was only fighting one dude. I think he knocked out Homegirl.
Yeah, as soon as she hit him, he knocked her out. And then, buddy with that propeller head, he punched him once. He wasn't trying for real, so
no,
that don't even count.
But that's what I'm like, why can't Megami be on that type of timing? Right? I mean, every time he's just fighting special grades and
I feel like on this one, he was on that type of timing because once he found out he didn't really need 8 points no more, once he got that notification, he said, I can kill y'all. And you see, kill Buddy on the roof fast.
He did kill Buddy. He did kill that dude.
One thing I do like though is and they showed it in that last episode. Whenever the Jujutsu sorcerers run out of cursed energy or they just like, yeah, we done. I love how they go back to their roots of like, we just about to box in this ring. Like they like come to the middle and box. Cause you see that with Reggie and Megami, they walking around the pool, they just look at each other, they get to that center and just start punching. That shit was crazy. And then in the Sendai Colony, which was the last episode, when Yuta and Reggie made a whole boxing ring. If you notice, he made his curse technique into a ring, literally a ring. He was just like, we're going to box right here.
Damn. Yeah.
So that's one thing I love about Jujutsu Sorcerers. But how'd you feel about that final episode?
Nigga.
That 4-way deadlock.
The only thing I took away from that was just how beautifully animated that was. How strong Okatsu is. Like in those, I'm not sure because everyone here usually is like a first grade and up, but these felt like
you could say everybody here damn near a special grade.
Yeah, but these felt like special grade level 3s, especially that roach cursed energy or cursed spirit. Dude,
disgusting.
I know that nigga strong because there's a shit ton of cockroaches and everybody hates roaches. So that nigga is just indestructible, which we see. Like we thought. Also, that was a crazy ass scene where a Akatsu took a bite out of that nigga balls.
Bro, that was last resort, bro. Bro, because you see, he put them eggs in his shoulder and they sprouted, and he was bleeding out, and he had to chomp a roach, bro. Like,
yeah, that was disgusting.
I don't know. I feel like at that point, if I'm Yuta, I don't know if I would have did that, man. I might have just accepted my fate. I would be like, I know I could beat him, but I ain't biting this nigga, dog.
I ain't go. I would have done that shit too. I'm like, ain't no way I'm about to lose no fucking roach. That's what it feels my mind. I don't give a fuck how strong you are. You still a roach, nigga. I would have hit that nigga with a fucking cursed ray spray. Cursed ray
domain expansion.
Heavenly raid.
You just see a giant canister come from the sky.
Shower.
Oh man, but yeah, we see the roach. The flying one. What is her name? It's like UYO.
Uru?
Yeah, Uru. Her domain. I mean, her curse technique. She can manipulate the sky. I was really waiting to see that one because when I read it and I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, this got to be crazy when they animate it, and it was.
That was
damn
beautifully
damn white beard.
Everything she touched was it flowed so beautiful. Like there was no frozen scene or no scene that was frozen for longer than a second. Everything was moving. Everything was animated beautiful. Everything was like just so beautiful. Like that's what me was boxing. The colors were popping, and you couldn't take a seat. You literally was almost like flying with them or flying through.
And one thing, I'm glad you said that. One thing I really love, and we talked about it yesterday a little bit, but one thing I love about Jujutsu Kaisen is this is an anime where you feel like I won't say let me rephrase that. This is an anime where I feel like not only are you in the fight, but you feel how fast it's actually moving. Because some animes, people will be fighting, but it'll be so many low periods where like, oh, we got to do this backstory. I feel like in this one, in Jujutsu Kaisen, it feels like even when they give backstory information, it's still in the flow of how the fight is going, where it's like, look, we still trying to kill each other, so we can only talk so much. And you see that with as soon as Yuta did his reverse curse technique on the roach, like to heal himself, and Uru popped up and she was like, reverse curse technique, huh? And then just sent that nigga across the map. It's like, nah, it ain't no.
He would have had like made in anime, like in Showtime, like 2 minutes to just relax, and then she pops up. Or that happens, she pops up and it's like a 2-minute fucking monologue, and then they start boxing.
Yeah, it was like, nah, you got reverse curse technique. Here, nigga, fly.
Like, we here now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die.
That was the entire, bro. That was the entire Sendai Colony, nigga. I hate you, nigga. Let's die. Yeah, but you see that. You see when fucking Ryu was fighting, even when my mind's going blank, when he was fighting and he was talking about like him in the past, how he had all these things, but he still hasn't felt fulfilled. So in his mind, he looking at Yuta, he like, shit, are you gonna fulfill this hunger I got or not? And
no,
you
exactly.
get that quick spit.
No, that was beautiful. Leave it to fucking Japan to always have a nigga in a fucking pompadour ass haircut. Doing some crazy shit.
Bro, I wonder how because you know he a past sorcerer. I wonder how he felt when he woke up in that body. I know he probably was happy as hell.
He was a past sorcerer?
Yeah, yeah. All four of them, everybody in that Sendai Colony was past sorcerers, except for Yuta, obviously.
Damn. Yeah, I want to play that. He was like, before it was coming out my belly button, so maybe this might be a little. I don't know where that shit was coming out last time, but no, that was crazy. That was crazy. I can't get over that cockroach curse spirit because it's just like they was moving like. Oh, they was moving. Like that nigga was moving so quick. That was literally probably the scariest curse technique or curse spirit. Come on, phone. He was moving so surgical. The grasshopper nigga wasn't even moving that surgical, and he was crazy. But there's more niggas scared of roaches than grasshoppers, so I understand why he was a special great curse spirit. But and then like even when they first showed up and he was eating them people, I was like, oh my god,
bruh. When you grabbed the one dude,
that made my skin crawl. And this is anime. I can only imagine if like this was a live action scene or just seeing all them. Oh my gosh, I would have fell down and submit. Like if I was a person that saw that,
yeah.
Jesus, take the wheel. I'm like, hell no, I'm not. I could be a fucking special grade source. You telling me to fight it? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna have to be long range attacks, boy.
Yeah, I'm sniping that dude. But that colony looked like it was some heat going on in there.
Bro, it was hell in a cell, boy. It was only you see how they said they were the last 4 left.
Yeah, about to say fought to a stalemate until the predator showed up.
Yeah.
And then shit hit the fan.
As soon as one of them died, they said, "Oh, we can move now." That boy Yuta went in there.
Makes everybody shit in.
Yeah.
Now, yes, in terms of, since, because you've read this whole Cullen Games arc, so what is, I guess what I spoil, like, what are we to expect in this second part? Like, some new characters that they've mentioned that we'll probably see, any other eye openers?
Yeah, so we go into Cullen Games Part 2. I will say, this is not a spoiler, I will say them first, unless they do a recap, that first like 2 to 3 episodes is probably going to be all Hikari fighting.
Is that the one with the teal hair?
Yeah, the one who Yuji and them met, who's a special grade that Gojo told him to go find a while back. Or somebody told him to go find the gambling nigga.
Oh,
who had the girlfriend. Yeah. So Hikari, he gonna be fighting in the first few episodes. Outside of that, I mean, it's still straight boxing, and you're gonna find out more about Kenjaku's plan, and why he's doing this. And depending on where they end, they can end on this one cliffhanger that I want them to end on, and that will be, oh my God, if they end on this one, it will be crazy. And all I'm gonna say is, for people that read, you gonna know it. They gonna know what I mean. If they end on this episode and you hear a nigga say, point at him and laugh, oh man, oh man, oh man, it's a crazy sight.
Jeez.
It's gonna be crazy.
Gonna show up on this second part at any time?
Possibly. It depends on how far they go. Yeah, it depends on how far they go, if they show Sukuna or not.
I got you.
You'll probably hear him talk to Yuji like a few times, but outside of that, I don't know how. It really depends on how far they go.
I got you. But moving over back into the Marvel space, but Marvel MCU has released a new season of Daredevil Born Again that came out this past Wednesday. We see Matt Murdock, full-blown Daredevil now. There is no more Matt Murdock at this time of this season. Matt Murdock is believed to be dead or missing. No one knows where he is. He has no contact with the people outside, but Daredevil's still around, fucking shit up, and Kingpin knows that. So, Kingpin knows he's Matt Murdock, right, or no?
From last season, I don't
think he does.
I don't think he figured it out, because the only time, because he beat him up in the Netflix series at the last season, and then in this Born Again, I know he took the bullet for him, but he was Matt. He wasn't Daredevil when he did that. So I don't think he knows. I think he suspects it's him, but he doesn't fully know, because they did have that scene when they was in the diner, when they was low-key talking subliminal messages to each other, like talking shit.
I'm like,
so it's like I can't remember if he fully knows or if he's just like, I think this is that devil. So I'd have to go back and see.
Yes. So we see that the Vigilante Task Force is in full effect, wreaking havoc, quote unquote, making the streets better.
Nice.
We also have to know, we haven't seen them in this season yet, but we also have to know that there's a Spider-Man afoot and there's a Punisher afoot. So they're wreaking havoc too, but we haven't seen them yet. And I think in this season, there's supposed to be another Defender's character that shows up, which I believe is supposed to be Jessica
Jones.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, she shows up. She was in a trailer.
So she'll show up just later on in the season. But we see Daredevil stopping basically a shipment of weapons that Kingpin, I'm assuming, was going to bring to his task force and use to arm his basically on-ground militia.
I think it was partially that, but what's his name's character?
Matt Lillard's.
Yeah, Matt Lillard's character. Whoever he's working for, I think they were moving weapons too. So I think part of that weapon shipment was for whoever he's working for.
Oh yeah. So this is another
they're using that.
I want to kind of get into that because I don't know why, but something tells me he's connected to like the groups in Madripoor or like the groups that I don't know if you remember Peggy Carter's daughter.
Oh, how she's I forgot what they called her.
I forgot what they called her too, but I think is a part of that group that she's working with, and I don't know, maybe because I'm like trying to force X-Men into anything Marvel's doing right now, which isn't the right thing to do, but I could see them being a part or like smuggling some with kind of working together because he's from DC. We know Peggy Carter's daughter, she's still there working for the government.
Yeah.
Doing shady stuff on the side, but kind of being like the plant in the government that's kind of helping them do this shady stuff while she's still in there. And I can see Matt Lillard's character being a colleague with her or like working with her to do this illegal shenanigans.
Yeah, because he said in that dinner he had with Kingpin and his wife, he was like, "Look, I do all the logistics," and then he was talking about how moving weapons and then getting rid of people and all this stuff. Which also, side note, I know I'm jumping ahead. That was a crazy scene. Not crazy in the sense of like there was a lot going on, but him talking about how first when he asked Kingpin, he was like, "You trust these guys?" And Kingpin was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, so you can kill them, right?" And Kingpin hesitated. Even Kingpin was like, "Oh, that's a little crazy. Just killing like 100 people that work for me."
Yeah, no, that was a crazy scene. But so we're introduced to him. I mentioned I didn't have time to see who his character was, or if this is like a made up character for the show, or if he's based off someone in the comics. But
yeah, that's him, Mr. Charles.
We see the swordsman, Decane, pretty much about to go on trial. So, kind of for the vigilante trial. So, God be with him, because if he's convicted guilty, some tell me they either gonna throw him under the jail or they gonna kill that. Some tell me either he's convicted guilty and he's locked away forever, or he's convicted or he's proven innocent, but somehow he gets locked up anyway, or Kingpin kills him. I don't see a good ending for him personally.
Well, you see, I forgot her name. Matt's ex, the therapist or psychologist. You see how she started after she had the conversation with the lawyer. He was like, "Oh, you can." He was like, "Oh, he pretty much telling her change his answers and put down he's insane, so we can convict him." And we see that, and then we see her start having visions of Muse, because we know in last season Muse attacked her. So we see that conflict going on. But at the same time, do I care that that's happening to her? No. Because she decided to sign that deal with Kingpin, and that's her own problem and her own fault. Should have listened to Matt when he was still around.
I say, because he was trying to tell her, and she just was like, "Oh, well." He was trying to tell her, but she was still working with him, like being a therapist, which that's her job, you know, what they do. Like, she can't control that, but then now you working for the nigga.
Work emphasis on 4 because you do not have you cannot get out now. You in that 360 deal.
Yeah. Oh, you getting out if you die.
Literally.
But we see that. We see some return of characters. We see Baby Kingpin, which I told him this yesterday, but I hate seeing that dude. Like, he just so annoying. He don't do shit. But you see that. So I'm very excited for this season. It's still bringing all the action. Daredevil. Another thing, Daredevil. When are you gonna get a fucking reinforced helmet?
Bro,
You taking too many blows to the head, dog. That
bro,
shit
the fact
gotta be fucking. You gotta have some lining of metal in there or some sort of carbon fiber. Like, there's no way you tell me it's just that.
He needs
was getting
something.
knocked out by them task force dudes. Now I understand you was working them and then you froze because homeboy, he was having a heart attack.
He was having a heart attack, and then it made him flash back to when he heard Foggy's heart stop, pretty much. But still, bro, you was getting mixed in by 4. You was getting mixed in by me and Dana. He was getting mixed in by you and me, and then he got knocked out. I said, "All right, bro,
like, come on, man,
come on."
But that being said, I'm very excited for the next season. I'm interested to see, especially with the therapist, how deep her post-traumatic stress goes with, like, seeing Muse.
Mm-hmm.
And if she breaks.
What if, it probably won't happen, but what if she becomes Muse?
That would be insane. That'd be crazy.
That would be a crazy
that might happen, but I don't know. We'll see about that.
Yeah. I think before we kind of move on, I think one person that might do something almost out of character is Cashman, and that's the guy that works directly with Fisk, the one who be killing everybody when he tell him to, in the suit. Because only reason I think that a little bit is because in that scene near the end when he had to kill that old
the captain of the ship.
Yeah, the captain of the ship. He said this stuff, and I think that was Greek. But he talked to him, and he was like, "It's a pity it had to be you," or something. He shot me. He did like that short pause, and he just looked like he was like, "I'm kind of over all this shit." So maybe that's nothing, or maybe that's a little hint of maybe at the very end he could be like, "Yeah, I'm done."
Yeah, now I'm interested to see where that goes to, because I noticed that as well. But moving on, Invincible.
Oh, actually,
go ahead.
I have one single thing, and it's Vincent D'Onofrio, Kingpin. He's talking about why he hates Matthew Lillard.
Character. And I've known Matthew for a long time. Mm-hmm. Like, we did a film together back in like the 90s or something crazy. My character, Fisk, dislikes him so much that it led into the way I feel about Matthew. It's never happened before on this show. It's happened with other characters in my career. Yeah. My character finds him so annoying.
But he does it brilliantly.
He does it really annoying. He's amazing. I remember reading the scenes. I'm like, I had to assume Charles. You know, like, I hate the guy. And it's so weird because, you know, when I see Matthew, we give each other hugs and all that, you know.
Yeah.
During the shooting of the second season, I really had a hard time being in the same room with Matthew.
That's really funny.
Because Fisk really.
Well, I didn't see any of the material. I didn't see what he was doing at all. I had no idea. So I'd read the scenes, and I remember reading.
But yeah, bro, that I don't know. Hearing that, I was just cracking up. I was like, oh yeah, he gone. They banter for this season about to be hilarious.
Yeah.
Now knowing that he actually was just hating doing scenes with him. So yeah,
That's funny. I'm interested to see that kind of grow more in this season and really just see what Charles's character leads into, with the future of the MCU. But moving on to the next show, Invincible, season 4. Viltrumite war is upon us. The latest 4 episodes, we're not going to talk about those. Those basically filler. Those don't matter. But especially that 4th one. I thought it was cool, but those don't matter except the ending. But we see Mark, basically sad boy Mark, Bully McGuire.
Dude, at this point, he's baby daddy Mark now.
Yeah, baby, a real kid on the man. He was basically a full-grown adult. But Mark just still kind of battling the traumas and feelings he's had from when Conquest came and basically killed Eve and almost took out the whole planet and just felt hopeless. Mark's whole MO was just like not feeling strong enough, but not trying to sacrifice his humanity for his Viltrumite strength that he has and trying to be his dad. Which I think is in this season, he stopped holding back. And we really see that come to fold when the flaxions or whatever those
Sequids.
The Sequids. I'm like, where did I even get that from?
I think those are I think that's the Martians' names. I think, but the Sequids.
The Sequids, they come back again. And the main astronaut that we see from season 2.
Yeah, Ruth.
They've been hinting at this invasion since season 2. That was him, them kind of taking over Earth and all that stuff. So we see the Guardians of the Globe come in. They're doing basically damage control, trying to free humans while also containing the Sequids. And Mark comes in and it's like, helping, but he has a hold of basically the Russ, who's the hive mind at this point. And they're waiting on Bulletproof just to come in, shoot Russ, and in that way the Sequids are basically no, but there's not time. Shield's getting more and more compromised, so Mark make a business decision. It's like, I'm taking you out my damn self. And mic drop moment. Like, everyone's like, what the fuck?
My thing is, I wouldn't have took that long if I was Mark. I can't lie, bro. As soon as I grabbed him, I can't, because the only reason I say this is because I feel like in that instance, they've been constantly telling you over the mic, if even one gets out, it's over. Oh, da 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 da. Well, there's shit. Like, yeah, bro. I just know consciously there in that moment, I would have did the same thing as Mark. I would have been like, bro, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, bro?
I can't blame Mark for doing what he did. My thing is, why didn't he take Homeboy and meet him halfway? Like, was that not an option?
Because they not thinking, bro.
Like, just
they not bro. The Guardian of the Globe are terrible at their job, bro. They are not the Guardians of the Globe. They should be called freaking cleanup crew of the globe.
Yeah.
They always lose. They always doing dumb shit. And they actually terrible at their job.
They would back then they were just riding the coattails of Omni-Man. Omni-Man was like, yeah, I don't need y'all no more. And ever since
they're not good. One thing so far about this season, though, that that was crazy was seeing the actual, like, how the Viltrum Empire kind of collapsed. Because also that 18th birthday shit that the Viltrumites do, holy shit.
That was insane.
Could you imagine you wake up at 18 and your parents just jump into your room, just beating your ass?
You're like, it's 18th birthday. You know what that means, nigga. You know what that means? I ain't had time to brush my teeth, and I'm already fighting y'all niggas.
Bro, that thing was at work, bro. He was at work. Also, he was at work about to kill a kid, but that's a side point. He was at work. And that nigga just came and punched him. I said, holy fuck. Nah, bro, that Viltrum culture is crazy. But we see that Scourge virus, what we learned is called the Scourge virus, pretty much wipe out. They said a couple billion. It was enough bodies to build a ring around their planet. That's how many bodies it was.
Like 90% of their fucking population, it's just died.
Yeah. So for that moment, I said, "Dang, y'all actually making me feel bad for the Viltrumites, bro." And honestly, like, they bad in the context of the story, but I don't feel too bad about them. Except Conquest. I like Conquest.
Crazy knees, you animal.
Bro, when he said that and he slapped him, I said, Conquest, I said, I know you're not fighting back because Thrag is there, but hey, next time you catch that nigga in the hallway, you gotta beat his ass, bro.
You gotta work that nigga. And then I'm ready because Conquest already was fucking niggas up. Like, he should have won without that freak Eve that freak Eve incident. But if not that, Mark and Eve would have been done and the whole earth would have been gone with it. And just seeing Thrag, who's billions of years old, but don't look a day over 30, they older than 35, 40. So I'm ready to see that nigga go to work, which I think we'll see him go into action probably the last episode, honestly. Or like, I can see episode 7, like the second half episode 7, he pulls in. Mm-hmm. And then, because I think the Invincible, like when it fully cracks down, it's Thrag on his way to Earth, about to fuck some shit up.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah, and then that second episode where we see Nolan and Alan going through space to find all the dangers.
That boy, Omni-Man was.
That boy was. I was surprised he didn't bust in there and was like, y'all niggas need to cut this shit out.
Bruh, I would have threw that captain of the ship, that damn Star Trek dude. I would have threw him in a freaking cell, bro.
The ship too, especially finding out.
Terrible.
I would have threw him off the ship, all the stranger. Like, y'all got other rooms, you ain't tell me. Let alone, we almost just died fighting these fucking lizard niggas,
bro.
Because your dumbass had a fucking idea to blow the fucking disc up.
Had me fighting goddamn steroid velociraptors.
Nigga. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. One thing that was funny, though, was every time they went somewhere and it was like, yeah, the Viltrumites practically destroyed this civilization, too. And then Nolan was just like, I apologize. And they were like, oh, shit, he's apologizing?
They were just taken back by that nigga. I'm like,
they said, we'll help you, fuck.
You said sorry? Okay, damn. I'm like, Y'all niggas don't really be apologizing for y'all shit, but okay. You different. That was crazy. And just these next few episodes coming soon, like now, because at the end of episode 4, we see Nolan and Alan come to recruit Mark for their war against the village from ice. So now I think this show is going to start picking up.
Yeah.
And
they got to get Tech Knight or whatever.
Oh Tech Knight,
the person that they say is an alien too, technically. So, and they got to get Battle Beast. I'm ready to see him get active, boy. I'm ready.
That nigga said, he's literally the embodiment of y'all niggas think I'll be fighting to save the day. Really, nigga, I just like to fight. Wherever he was like, wherever the action is, wherever the smoke, there's Battle Beast. Where there's smoke, there's Battle Beast.
Man, they said, look for blood and smoke. He there.
He's there. No, but I'm ready to see Battle Beast again, really going up against Thrag. That's gonna be a crazy thing. Crazy fight scene, but yes, and moving on to our like it, love it, or unless we have more to kind of go on visible. Moving on to the like it, love it, redacted. We don't have much, but the Oscars happened on our time away, so we do want to acknowledge Michael B. Jordan winning best actor, lead actor. Amazing, like that. He deserves it. Was amazing. He was nothing short of amazing in that role. He deserved that, and really Sinners should have swept the whole awards, but they got a lot of Ryan Coogler, right? Yeah, Ryan Coogler. He won best award for best screenplay.
Yeah,
which
and
that movie as a whole was just shot beautifully, directed so well. So yeah, right.
I think there's cinematographer won as well. I do not remember her name, but I think she won. Either the best cinematography or it was. I know it's in that category. She won something. I'm like 90% sure.
Right answer on that too, because again, that movie was just everything about that movie was just shot well. Everyone understood the assignment and acted accordingly. Literally, even the main villain Remy.
Mm-hmm.
He was good, and it was like one of the first times where a movie was recognized where basically Black people weren't having to face evil in the form of slavery. Because I feel like a lot of times, movies in the Academy, like when they get nominated and having a win for these awards, for
it'd be like
Black film,
trauma. It'd be trauma. Like,
yeah, we have to face trauma in some form, and it's always in the form of slavery, or it's about the people that will not be named again on this episode about those. So just to get some recognition. So just for it to just be a vampire movie, that was it was just really, really good to see. Like that's doing it for the culture, and they did that.
Mm-hmm.
So we both love that.
Yeah, there's no question.
But moving on, so Marvel released the cover and the announcement for a Daredevil special presentation. Not Daredevil, Punisher special presentation. Punisher. One Last Kill. I'm not sure if that's going to be a episode series or like a short movie. I don't know. I don't care what it is. I know it's about to be action level 20. We love that. And just seeing like a Frank Cast, like John Berthol's Punisher, grizzled, and just, oh my God. I can't wait to see the trailer for that. Like that's gonna That's gonna be some shit.
Yeah.
But we also have, I'm trying to remember what else came out. Yeah, we didn't.
I got one. We have Sora AI, so Open AI. They have this, I guess you could say, app, freaking part of their things called Sora. If you ever seen people do text to speech or text to video, that's part of their app. That is shutting down. We love that. I know Disney, last year we talked about it. Was it last year, like the very beginning of this year? Disney did $1 billion deal with them to pretty much use their characters to feed into this Sora app where they can make like short videos, and they were gonna experiment with releasing like videos and stuff, I think within next year. But they're shutting down that whole app division, whatever, and Disney's now out of that deal. So we love that. Yeah. I don't want that AI slop on my screen.
That AI shit off my screen. But those are really all the regular redactors we have for the show. Next, we're getting into the world famous, infamous bag. Please drop the music. Yeah, bitch, I'm in my bag, bag, bitch. I just made a bag, bag, bitch. I just made a bag of beef. So, I get my bad question for you is what movie, live action movie would you rather see, and would you also believe would be the bigger premiere? Would it be a Alien versus Avengers movie, or Justice League versus Godzilla movie?
I feel like I would choose Avengers versus Aliens, because I feel like with that, you have more variation you can do, and you can lean more towards horror, and that space aspect. And I feel like it'll flow a little better without having an individual as big as Godzilla on the screen against humans. Because I feel like with the Godzilla one, I feel like the initial impact would be a little bit greater, but I feel like you could get stagnant in how much action is actually in there. Like, because outside of the outside of the atomic breath Godzilla's doing, I feel like something like that will flow better as animated if you have that scale. Like that would, like if you put both of those as animated, I would choose the Godzilla versus DC or Godzilla versus Justice League. But live action, I would do the Avengers versus Aliens.
That's a good point you made about the basically like the medium is it if it's live action or anime, because that kind of changes it. But I don't know, man. Me personally, I would do Godzilla versus Justice League. Like, there's something about that, like Superman and Batman fighting a big ass kaiju, not just any kaiju. This is the king of monsters, Godzilla, a walking atomic being. So, coming into Metropolis, fucking shit up.
I know they got comic book runs of that though. Yeah, of both actually. I know they did one with Aliens and they did one with Godzilla. So
they're both fire. But it turns out just making one of those runs a movie. I would choose Godzilla versus the Justice League, because something tells me like Alien versus Avengers, that'd be cool too, but I don't know. The only thing I think that could really rival the Xenomorph from the Avengers is either Hulk or that's it, because everyone else I think is getting murked.
Nah, I think that one will be. See, that's the point. I feel like that one will be more strenuous, and it'll be like, damn, these niggas really getting whooped by xenomorphs. I feel like with the Godzilla one, like you're gonna have Superman and Wonder Woman, really just Superman, but you got Superman and Wonder Woman punching them. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be some BS for Batman. It's gonna be like, I've made this anti-Godzilla contraption. Like, come on, nigga. I mean, you could throw Green Lantern in there to construct a goddamn mech, but I mean, I'd rather see the Avengers, maybe not even the full Avengers. I'd rather see them stressed, trying to get off of a damn xenomorph planet. Honestly, I would do the Fantastic Four. I would do Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. I know they was in the comic, but I would do Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and like Blade on a planet with some xenomorphs. That would be crazy.
Yeah. And just for some strange, I just throw the Hulk in there too. But man, that'd be crazy. But on our final segment now, our redacted rule. Before we get to that, we appreciate everyone's support, everyone's subscribing. We want to make sure you guys are continue to pass the show around, making sure we're getting that subscriber count of the engagement, even on the TikToks and IG. We really do appreciate it. But my redacted rule for the day is to check, I don't know, get a bath. Just go take a shower. Some of y'all probably just stink right now, so just go clean yourself.
And my redacted rule is close all the tabs that's in your head. All them side tasks that you keep talking about doing, and all this stuff, they're just open tabs in your brain right now because you haven't done them. So close them tabs and get you a little clarity in your thought process.
Exactly. With that being said, it's been your boy Day to Day.
Been your boy Wafik.
We out.
Peace.
Recipes call me, I'ma show 'em how to shoot. On the 4-5, jump in the ass, my crew. Yeah, I'm stepping with a fed, keeping all of the hoes on mute. Pour a little part, could be yellow with a brew. 48 for a quick burns. Crazy 8s in the back, yeah, the trunk on hot like a cube. 40 on me when I'm in the backseat. Lot of paper pre-cut. Chris make juice to the drop like Shane came with a clean plate, came with a sink. The Parator came with a mate. Charcoal's white like paint. My hoe by the hoe cause you know it's my king. Hit on my side, cause I drop a song. Think you should hit up the link. The phenotype came from the pink Colombian thing. Yeah, the genetics you need. Cellular right on the beat. I'm teaching the hoe like I'm Play-Doh. I got the veggies like by the tomato. You got a Mexico making Alfredo. I put a bag on a hold my payroll. I get active at night, then I lay low. The salmon was breaded with panko. Get my soup, I believe it was mango. Got my Soviet clutching the Draco. It was bacon, we taking your cake though. I got the tree like a pop.